Hi everyone, how are you doing today? Thank you for joining us. It's a pleasure to have you all. Hi Josh, hi Mo. Uh, Super exciting to have you from Mexico. We're super excited about this webinar today. We've been working on this for a very long time, and just the fact that we're launching today, it's a great day for all of us. So, just a heads up, we are going to do this event over an hour, and we will not go over that because we are very mindful of people's time. We just do this kind of time, this time in the beginning to get everyone in. So if you want, you have 2 minutes to grab a coffee, grab a glass of water, just get comfortable because today we're going to have um, great speakers to show you what we've been working on for the last probably year. So today's a great day for us. If you just joined, welcome. Grab your coffee, grab your glass of water, your tea, whatever it is that you like to drink, and get ready to enjoy being shown the new Sheetgo from the people who made it, actually. In the meantime, remember that we have a live chat. We're going to be answering questions there all through the webinar. But we will also have a Q&A section at the end. So yeah, feel free to use the chat as you want. Also, if you have some other team members that you would like to share this webinar with, just send the link, have them join. We are almost ready to start. So yeah, they can join whenever they want. Also, because you joined, we have a special surprise at the end. So please stay at the end because we don't want you to miss um, joining the new people, basically. So we're about to start. 1 minute to go. Welcome everyone, and yeah, we're looking forward to that as well. Yeah, we're gonna be starting in a minute. If you just joined, again, we will not go over time because we are very mindful of everyone's time. That's what we do at Chico, save people time. So yeah, if you are here today, thank you. We are very excited. So yeah, I have here my water. So you have 50 seconds to grab your coffee and get started. Cool. Um, if you just joined, remember that we have the live chat for any questions. We will have a Q&A at the end, but feel free to ask anything there. Oh, another person from Mexico. That's super exciting. People from all over the world automating many different processes. Hi, Lucas. Hi, everyone. Okay, let's get started. So, just a little timeline of what is happening today. We're going to start this webinar by presenting the mission and vision of Sheetgo by Sheetgo's CEO. Then we're going to bring the Sheetgo's head of product to present the new Sheetgo, and we'll have at the end a space for Q&A. And of course, as we mentioned when everyone was registering, you'll have access to the new Sheetgo by the end of the webinar. So, without further ado, we're gonna have two speakers today, Yannick and William, and I'm gonna present the first speaker right now, which is Yannick van der Vat. He's a co-founder and CEO of Sheetgo. He's an industrial engineer. Uh, he's been leading Sheetgo since 2016, and with over 10 years of experience in the US tech industry. He's been a speaker at TEDx, Columbia University, and has even been recognized by The Economist. He's also a father of 5, enjoys sports, design, and music. So, can we please have Yannick join us today?
Hey, Steph.
Hi, Yannick. How are you doing? Can you hear me all right?
I can hear you good. Can you hear me all right?
Perfect. So,
All right.
how are you?
I am well, thank you. A little bit warm. I'm here in Madrid. It's 40 degrees, So I'm hiding here in the basement in one of my kids' rooms, which is the coolest room.
Nice, nice. I'm jealous. So let's start. I'm gonna jump right into it.
Well, you're jealous
Uh,
because it's cold in Buenos Aires.
it's very cold in Buenos Aires. If you can see, I couldn't wear my Sheetgo shirt today because I'm wearing a sweater because I'm cold. So, could you start by sharing what was the journey behind creating Sheetgo?
Yeah, sure. It was a previous company, like I say, usually of a kind of real life product. In other words, it wasn't software. It was homes for people that couldn't otherwise afford a proper home in Latin America. So I was building a few thousand of those, and it it became apparent very quickly that we couldn't find a way at first to properly do budgets versus actuals. So we actually used some technology that Google had, a company that had just bought, that had what's now called Google Sheets and Google Docs. Started playing around with it, and long story short, we went from budget to actuals to creating systems with for HR, for construction management, for inventory management, for purchasing, finance, sales management, you name it, we did it for everything. And at that time, we had dashboards, we have everything for that. We just didn't know how to make it scalable, and we weren't a software company. So eventually I started this company, Sheetgo, and it is very hard to create what we had created back then at a scalable level. And that's where we are now. And I'm very excited about today's announcements because it's pretty much what I dreamed of having when I had created the other company over 14 years ago. So it took a long time to find a way to scale this, and I think we have.
Nice. So you started like Chico's first customer, right?
Yes,
Um,
I am Sheetgo's first customer.
yeah. So back there, you had an original vision, right? How has that
Yes,
vision evolved over time?
I'd say it's the same. It just has cooler words now, thanks to marketing, thanks to you. uh, Back then, we just wanted to allow people to automate things without being, an engineer or being a data scientist or being a programmer, and we wanted to just allow anyone to create processes with technology that they're familiar with, and that's still what we're trying to do today.
Amazing. And so, Yannick, can you briefly explain to us what products we're offering at the moment from Sheetgo?
The ones we're announcing today, or the ones that we already have?
The three ones, please.
So today we have our add-on, which is our connector solution, which is the first thing we came out with. That was kind of the easiest thing to allow folks to connect data. That's kind of the basis of how do you bring data to life, and how you make sure, yeah, that your data stays relevant, and making sure that it's well connected and that it's reliable. That's our Sheetgo add-on. Then eventually we created the Sheetgo workflow solution, which is a web application, which hopefully folks here in the call are familiar with, which is what you know. And then within that, we've got loads of features, 56 different features, from forms, which we released not long ago, to dashboards, which is now in beta, to all kinds of ways to automate workflows. And then the third leg of this is that we have these templates where people can really get to understand how to automate different processes in their organization. And we try to give examples and actually ways to get started fast for any kind of department in any kind of company.
Great. So today we're focusing on the workflow, right? This is the launch of the new workflow. Um, how do you see Sheetgo's role in terms of the workflow in transforming how business manage their workflows and data?
Um, I I think the our role is to, I keep going into calls with customers that their main challenge is they can never scrape enough time or resources to be able to make their work easier, faster, more productive, or that they allow them to do things that bring them more revenue or cut more costs. So I think our role is just to really help those customers to empower for themselves, other customers internally, other users, so that they can easily and more easily automate with products that they're commonly using, such as Google Sheets, Excel, Google Docs, Gmail. And so it's meant to be very easy. I test it myself within the organization, and I come up with solutions that I just think are useful for me all the time.
Yeah. Thank you for that. So I have one last question for you before we bring in William. What innovations can we expect from Sheetgo?
Well, I don't want to take it away from William. He's been working hard in some dark room somewhere to come up with stuff. But I think what we have now allows any department that is within the Google ecosystem to automate absolutely anything that they want to. And we tend to be a very, very innovative company. I'd say too innovative. So our focus of innovation now is more about getting users to do more with what they already have. Whether it's Sheetgo itself, because we have so many features, I think we need to help people understand all these features and how to make it work together and make use of their investment in Google Workspace and Google Cloud, just to do more with that. So I think all of our innovation will be centered around that. Not to say we're not going to do cool things, but most cool things will be mostly around that engagement. Even AI stuff. We don't talk about AI, but we actually use AI a lot within our product and help to our customers. But we're doing everything to really help people be able to automate more. That's our focus on innovation for the upcoming future.
Yeah, we can't wait to continue down that path. Thank you so much for all your insights. We're now gonna present William. He's the head of product at Sheetgo since 2016. He's had 10 years of experience in development, design, and user experience. He leads the product team, focusing on high quality user solutions. He is the one who's led this building of the new Sheetgo, and yeah, he's going to be joining us today. So can we bring William in? Hi, William. Welcome. How are you feeling about the launch today?
Thank you. I'm feeling really excited to be here. Really glad, happy to present to you guys everything. Like I'm ready, really anxious to go jump straight into the product. So
Nice.
let's go.
It's always super inspiring to hear William talk about Sheetgo because he's the one who builds it. So William, just one question before we go into Sheetgo. What was the reason behind redesigning Sheetgo?
Well, so this is a good question, and I would like to connect this on what Yannick just said, that Sheetgo has evolved over these years, and in fact, the vision didn't change because back in 2016, we envisioned an environment where users they could leverage their Google Workspace working with spreadsheets, but it's always a spreadsheet that relies on like a third-party softwares to make the best of the spreadsheet. So always you have to use the spreadsheets, and then you have to connect with third parties. You have to leverage other technologies that usually you don't know, and you have to learn, right? And with this challenge, we since the beginning we thought on building a platform where users they can connect spreadsheets and then can use out the best of it without leaving the spreadsheet, actually without leaving the office suite environment, and make the best of it in terms of productivity, saving time, saving money, saving people.
Cool. So I think we can jump now into Sheetgo. Can we bring the old Sheetgo to the front? So this is what everyone's used to, what we've been using in the last couple of years. This is a workspace, right? When we look at the old workspace, what were the main limitations that you found users were having with this workspace?
Yeah, thank you for the question. So at the Sheetgo Classic version, you have some nice UI. Actually, this is the main thing here. It's not just about visuals, it's not about taste, but it's about um, meaningful data that you can have when you use Sheetgo. So when we look at this workspace here, we have nice workflows. We have a cash flow, track budget and actual. We have inventory, which you are not seeing here, but we have it. And we have many other resources within our environment. But when you open Sheetgo during your morning, you don't have like a meaningful data without having to going into each workflow. And here I don't know like each workflow if they have errors or not, if they run successfully or not, and any other things that you are seeking data, right?
Right.
So in addition, you have also folders here. So we realize that most of our users, they don't take advantage of using folders to clusterize, to organize their workflows. And in fact, we have folders here, but they are a bit clumsy. They are all around mixed with the workflows, right?
Cool. So all in all, we can say that this old workspace was not the best to manage multiple processes and not so intuitive. So switching to the new workspace, which now everyone's going to be able to see, the new Sheetgo, if you haven't seen it on the videos already, can you walk us through the new workspace and explain how it makes managing processes and teams easy?
Yes, thank you. So at the first glance, you can see immediately changes on the environment. So here I can have a separation on folders and workflows. Now we also enabled a quick customization on colors, on context and icons, because this is really helpful for when you go into your environment. And we like colors. We link colors to feelings, to also linking to a certain thing, a certain noun, a certain entity. And this is really powerful now that you can customize your environment depending on the type of your own work, right? So also we have the workflow here, the workflows that I have. I have 6 of them here as example, and I can already see, for instance, I have defined blue as my financing work. I have my green
Yeah.
for cash flow, for tracking, for budget. I have other colors for defining the type of context of my work. On top of that, I also have immediately information on the triggers that have been connected. So here I see that my budget versus actual has an automatically trigger, and the time it runs. I also can see the latest time it has run, and I can see much more. For instance, the sharing status. I can see the context, and if it does have errors, which later on we're gonna show, let's simulate a workflow that has errors, I can see immediately from here.
Amazing. This new workspace is really, really nice. The idea is to kind of organize better all your teams and different processes, right? Now, let's say you open Sheetgo first thing in the morning and you want to find something inside your workspace. What have we added to help you with this?
Well, you have many things, right? So we have the ability, which actually I forgot to mention, when you have a busy workspace, we are featuring a brand new visualization where you can see a list of your items. So we also realize that most people, they like this one better. It is mobile ready, and it's much more intuitive than before.
Hmm.
And yeah, so basically
That's that. And also,
yeah.
if you want to search, I also see like there's a big update in the workspace. If you want to search
Mhm.
anything, we've added a new search bar, right? Can you explain why we added it?
Yeah, so we are featuring a brand new search that's gonna be much more powerful to you. So we have a global search, in fact, which is very similar to Google environment. So we like to provide intuitive features where users they don't have to relearn how to do things. So now we also reread how Sheetgo provides the resources such as the global search. So
Hmm.
from here I can come and look for a specific workflow, and it doesn't have to be within this folder specifically. It can be underneath other folders which I either don't remember or simply because I want to look at quickly, right? So from here I just type inventory and I can see many things here. So I see two workflows that I related to inventory. I can from here click and open them. I can access sharing status from them. From here, I see one workspace folder, and I also see a few templates that might help me with inventory in case I don't have it.
Amazing. So we see a much more collaborative and organized and intuitive workspace, right? So I love the search bars. I've been using them so much. But Chico is all about creating workflows, right? We talk about automating your Google Workspace, and this happens by creating workflows of your processes. So can we go into the old Sheetgo and kind of see how currently the workflows are looking like? And also go a bit about the main limitations that we found in these workflows that we were creating. Um,
Sure.
Great.
So let's open one workflow. Let's use inventory. So here, when you open this workflow, we have many screens that while rethinking Sheetgo based on many calls with users. And actually, I was mentioning sales, but in fact, we had sales calls where we were presenting our product to users, and they would not get a few things. And we reread this screen where you have your workspace environment that it will it will show you immediately the information that you want. So when you open a workflow, you get this screen, right? And we realize within milliseconds, users they immediately jump from here to the workflow page, which is where you have your automations, you have your status of your connections, right? And you have your workflow view. So here you have also many other resources to work with, such as the forms page. You have a dashboard. You have notes. So that is okay navigation, right? Where you have all the resources that you need, but we would like to go further because we also realize, and we are Sheetgo savvy users. We use we don't have any other softwares. We use Sheetgo and spreadsheets. So we also feel the challenges of our users because we are one of them, and we lose so many time like going back and forth in this screen here when you have to go to jump into a form, because if I open this form, okay, I leave it, I have to return to the workflow to open a file, right? And I have to then return to my workspace to open another resource.
Nice.
So
Yeah.
we thought we need to change that. We need users to save time. We sell saving time, so we need to provide an experience where users they have the last clicks as possible to access the things that they need.
Hmm. So this is kind of the workspace that the workflow that you created when it was mainly about spreadsheets. But then we added a lot more features and a lot more functionalities. And can we switch now to the new workflow? Um, which is, and can you tell us how this addresses these limitations that you just mentioned?
Yeah, sure. So let's open invoice generator. It is the same workflow, right? So here, when we open, we have immediately the workflow itself, all the resources that I have, and I can see all the things that I need.
Hmm.
Starting from the status of this workflow, right? So it's the first thing users they need to realize. So here I immediately see when it ran the last time. I can see how I can access from here as tabs. So we rethought the way to navigate within your resources. And now instead of pages, you have tabs within your workflow. So here you can access your dashboard, you can access your files, and you can open other things that are not open. So once I click here, Sheetgo opens this form as a tab and it sticks as a browser. So we also enabled a data hub where you can have all the work that you need within the same surface. So let's imagine I have many forms, many files, many Google Sheets files and documents. And if I had to use Drive to find out any all of them, like to look for all of them, I would have to search manually for their name, and they would be very separate across my environment.
This is my favorite thing.
Yeah, me too. I love this new workflow canvas. And I really like this way that you described it. I fell in love with it back then. You mentioned that it's like creating a virtual ecosystem on top of your Google Workspace. And I think that is super powerful. Just with a single tool, being able to automate your Google Workspace, that's something, right? And here it's so much more intuitive. I mean, I'm in marketing and I'm the less technical maybe, and I use Chico for all of my processes. So
And
that's
the fact that there are, all these tabs are within Sheetgo and within that workspace, within that
yeah,
process, without having to have all these browser tabs that slow down your computer all the time. That for me is the killer. I use an old Mac, and I if I don't use Sheetgo, my computer just doesn't work.
yeah, totally. So we've discussed about this, what you call like data hub being the place where you open to start your day, right? So there's a lot of these processes. They all encompass teams, right? So can you explain a bit of the collaboration features that you've added to this workflow canvas?
Yeah, sure. So we have many things on collaboration. Collaboration is one of our most preferred word for Sheetgo because we really think with such tool you can create your not only workflows that Sheetgo provide, but you can like suit this as a workflow for your day-to-day basis. And what I mean, when you go in your job, you have your work to do, you open Sheetgo and you have everything that you need in a few clicks, everything at the same place, right? So one of the things it is, okay, you're gonna start building your processes there. And of course, you are not usually not a single army person. And you have teammates, you have managers, and you have collaborators. So we thought on many things how to leverage collaboration inside Sheetgo. And let me start with the very basic. So sharing, which is a very, very powerful feature. It is a bit of everything has sharing nowadays, right? So why is this different? Because when sharing through Sheetgo, all your files then can carry on all the roles and permissions that you want. So if I add, so I, for this example, I am this marketing task 7, okay? And I have my collaborator, the marketing task 3, which is currently a collaborator there, which at the moment, they don't have access to the files. They only have access to input data to my forms, which is a very powerful feature. Let's talk about later. So if I come here and enable access as manager, Sheetgo will ask me, okay, you are enabling manager access. Would you like to share all the existing workflow files with this user? And it means Sheetgo will literally go to your Drive folder and the files and will enable all the access, no matter how many endless number of files that you have there, it will share all at once with that collaborator. So it is a really game changing when you rely on Google Workspace. You have several folders and files, and once you have, let's say, someone joins into your team, it's terrible to manage, right? So you have to open all the files. You have to, sometimes you forget to enable specific files access, and with Sheetgo you can just hit this single button, and all your collaborators that you just shared have all the access that they need. In the other hand, you can enable the same thing for organization if you want to share with your organization. At this case here, the organization would be my domain, right? We have also other things, such as we have my workflow here, and I have multiple personnel that take care of each of these processes. So let's talk about the invoice generator. So we have three forms here that, let's say, the register invoice, I need someone to take care of it. And I have other guy that take care of my invoice generator database. So I can come here if I want to, everyone that comes here and wants to have the awareness who is in charge of that stage of the process, I can come here and I open details, and I can assign a manager to this file. So now the avatar gonna stick there, and every time that I open Sheetgo, I'm gonna have an avatar there of the picture of the person. And just to finalize, and I really would like Yannick's input on this, because I know that he likes this a lot, right?
I do. I'm holding my tongue.
Yeah, just one more second to finalize. Now you can also you can manage your files granularly with Sheetgo. So if I hit here details, I can have all the details of this file from Sheetgo. I don't have to go after look for it inside my Drive folder. So I can manage the access of this file using Sheetgo solely.
This is amazing. This again is this virtual ecosystem on top of your workspace, right? Which
Yeah, I mean,
is incredible.
For those of us that use Google Drive, I love having my documents online, but I not having the context of what I'm doing and the amount of files that I have. For me, when I'm personally working at Sheetgo, and I'm if I think of a workflow, which now is really easy to access, I know I'm thinking of that, and then I have the files, and then I can directly go to the file from here, open it here faster than me going into a browser. And now on top of that, if I need to assign to a new employee that is in finance, which actually happened today, I could just assign it here, and boom, it's like it's done. And then I love the little pictures. I love the little photos of who's the owner of that freaking file. Now, I've seen in some cases, William, that I see the picture, but I didn't have to manually assign it. This one, you have to manually assign the owner of the file. Doesn't that come up automatically, or am I asking already for a new improvement?
Yeah, no, I mean, at the moment we thought on, because like we don't want to jump the gun on users like assigning, let's say, someone that is the owner of the file doesn't necessarily mean that the owner of the file is the owner of the process, right? So for now, users, they have to manually assign it. But yeah, that's a good idea for it on. Let's say you hit a checkbox where you automatically assign the process depending on certain criteria, right?
Got it.
So, Will, I would like to ask you in the sidebar, you have different menu options, right? Can you explain why do those appear? When do they appear? Does it depend on the resources that you have there? Just like an
Mhm.
explanation of that, those menus.
Yeah, sure. So for that, let's change the workflow here. Let's bring up a cash flow one, which I don't have any forms, any dashboards. It is only Sheetgo automations, right? So now I have a slightly different environment here because Sheetgo it adapts on the things, on the resources that you have within that workflow, within that context. So for this cash flow workflow, I have three files and I have two automations, right? So we are highlighting here what it is relevant to you, which is at the moment I have my automations, I have my files, the three of them there, and I have my triggers, which are the what enables the powerful feature of Sheetgo to automatically update your data, right? So from now on, you're gonna have this sort of extension within Sheetgo that you can play around and what is good about that is that once you open a file, you can have the ability to access everything without to leave it. Everything gonna be accessible to you. So let's switch back to the invoice one, right? So I am in a file and I now want to open a form, but I don't need to leave this file here to open a form. I just hit forms, I find the form that I want, and I click and I open it, right? So we with this new ability we enabled you to be independent, so now you have sort of two different environments. So you have your core canvas where you have the work that you are in, and you have your sidebar. You can access easily all the resources that the workflow has in a few clicks. You don't have to be back and forth. You don't have to leave the current screen to find the other file, the other form that you want to open.
Love it. I love that sidebar. And I also love the search bar. You've added a search bar in the workflows, and I cannot stop using it. Can you share how this search bar is different from the workspace search bar?
Yes, sure. So let's get this one, okay? Track project milestones. Let's get this workflow here. So this
That's a project
workflow,
management. That's a
mhm.
project management tool that you're using, right?
Yes, this is part of our project management process. So here in this workflow, I actually brought it intentionally because it doesn't have automations. I don't bring data on this part of my workspace specifically. I just work with inputting of data and organizing them. So if you see now, I can only have the forms and the files here. I don't have automations. Of course, if you want to create more things, you have many options to add it, which we're gonna talk later on. So let's talk about the search, which you asked, Steph. So the search, it is inbuilt feature that you can access from any workflow. So we have split the search into two things. We have the global one, right? And we have the context one, which you can just filter out a few things. So let's imagine I have many forms here. I want to filter out. I just come here and I just hit project. And yeah, of course, all of them have projects. Let's just add, and I have immediately all the like all the matches that I have for that search. So all the menu here from the sidebar, you have the ability to filter out for that type of resource. Now, for the global search, I can come here, and from here, I can look for other workflows without having to leave this existing workflow here. So let's say I want to jump to my OKRs. I hit work OKRs and I can from here go into there. This is the same way we had done in the workspace well, right? But here, once I am in a workflow, I can also look for other things within the context of this workflow. So I can come here and just say update, and then I have my update the status of project steps or it's immediately from here. And again, I can easily access the sharing status. If it is an automation, I can hit to run from here also.
Cool. Yeah, I love that feature. Being able to switch from one place to another is amazing for me. Now, we've talked a lot about navigation, right? And this was one of our main challenges in the old Sheetgo. Can we return to the old Sheetgo to kind of see what were to go over briefly what were the main challenges when it came to navigation in the old Sheetgo? Yeah, here we are.
Sure. So here we switch back to our voice generator. This is the workflow we were working on, right? And now I need to go and find my OKR as well, right? So currently, I only have the context of this workflow, which is nice, but then once I have several other processes, it is a bit of waste of time or underperforming in a way that when you have to switch environment. So currently, when we are in this workflow and we decide to work into another workflow, I have to go back into the workspace. I have to find it, and then I have to open it again. And then the circle backs, right? Because this screen here, it is nice, but I really want to see my automation. So I have to click again to see my automations, and that is an onboarding. Okay. So currently the existing Sheetgo, it is good, but it lacks a bit of those tweaks that makes your productivity to go in higher level.
Let's see
And
the new one. Let's see a new one. I'm getting impatient. Come on. I want to see a new one.
Yes.
So yeah, I mean, we've already been through the search bars, but I mean, can you explain why there you have added a whole new menu right there? Like it's we've used it already. Like what is that?
Yeah, sure. So most of you have realized, but now we have my workflows environment and all my folders from this app bar. So we are introducing this new ability where you don't have to go back into your environment, to your workspace to switch workflows. You just click from here, right? So in a literally single click, you can switch workflows. If they are inside a folder, you just open the folder from here and you open them, right? So you also have the ability to look for workflows from here, and you can have also other powerful features from here, which are you can right click on it, or you can use the three dots, and from here you can do many things such as sharing. You can start an automation from here. So I am in my OKRs workflow, and I want to create a new form inside my sales analysis. And from here, I save about 3 or 4 clicks, or even more, when compared to the previous version. And from here, in a single click, I go to create a form in my sales analysis immediately. And of course, I have many other things such as enabling the triggers. I have basically everything that you can do within the workflow just from here.
And I heard you say yes, there are 400 combinations possible.
Don't go ahead of us, Yannick.
Oh shoot! God, I'm getting impatient.
Yeah, so that's a great one. So William, can you introduce us what Yannick just said? Like, what is he talking about?
Yes, of course. So one of the challenges we are solving here, we are addressing, and of course, this is just the beginning. We have much more to do. this is an avenue of possibilities with this new environment of Sheetgo. And one of the pain points, we realize that usually users, they don't get what Sheetgo does at the first glance or in the first few days, or even like users that they have been with us for a while, for years, a couple of years, they struggle understanding and catching up on what Sheetgo does currently, what it does offer, right? So we, of course, why, how can then catch up? Because we have 465 different types of integrations. And now you can access them, you can navigate on them in this menu inside Discover section, which we are featuring here. So here I have many things on this new page where I can explore, I can see everything that Sheetgo does by type of file. So let's say I work with BigQuery and I just hit here, BigQuery, and I can see all the integrations that Sheetgo can do with BigQuery. So Sheetgo can bring data from BigQuery to CSV files, can connect BigQuery to BigQuery. So one table to another table. You can extract data from BigQuery, adding to a Google Docs, and you can do much more. So if you see here, just for BigQuery, we have 5 pages of integrations and combinations that you can do using Sheetgo.
Yeah, this is a great page. I've been asking for this one for a long time. So thank you for developing Will. One last thing on the bar before we move on. Can you tell us a bit about the new button and how it's contextual to where you are?
Okay, sure. So let's go from here now that you mentioned. So we are introducing a new global button where you just saw we are not in a workflow. We are either into my workspace folder, and from here I can create new things. So from here I can start a new workflow, right? And now, as you can see, there are many other things that we are helping you getting started. So we enable you a couple of ideas how to get started, creating a new workflow, giving you the possibilities that Sheetgo can do. We are featuring a sidebar which gonna help you how to get started. We're gonna talk about that very soon because we are investing very hard on learning content, helping you get started with Sheetgo and get oh, like the best of it, right? So when you are inside the workflow, which now I am inside this workflow I just created, right? From here, I can create resources within it. So now that I have it, I can create a new automation for this workflow. I can create a new form or a new dashboard. So let's just test creating a new automation. And now Sheetgo immediately goes to creating my automation. I can choose my files, the type of connection that I want, right? We are inside a workflow that has a dashboard. I think, yeah, the invoice one. So the invoice one has a dashboard, right? So from here, I can just hit new and I can have possibilities to add new resources within this dashboard. So really the new button is now contextual and you can literally create anything within the context that you are in.
Love it. I love that new button as well. I love the new Sheetgo, so I'm very biased. What we do know and we do figure is, hey, we have 460 plus integrations, and we probably keep adding into that. And people don't know that we have all this. So now this new UI can hold everything better and has better navigation and more options to show everything off. But we also want to teach everyone how they can use this for different processes, right? Whether you are from HR, from finance, from inventory, if you are from different industries, how can you leverage Sheetgo as the only platform to automate your Google Workspace, right? So we're working on doing that for everyone, and we're going to be investing much more into teaching you how to use Sheetgo, since it's a tool that you already have. So just briefly, I would like to introduce the Learn sector. If you can share it now. we've introduced this section where we're kind of challenging you to get started with Sheetgo and learn more. So please, test them out. You have these kind of learning paths that we developed, but also you can search for specific topics below, right? And most importantly, we are going to be communicating with all of you from now on. So if you're not getting emails, or if you want to make sure that your team is getting these emails, just tell them to resubscribe to your Sheetgo communications, which you can do it from your profile. And you will be getting a lot more resources from me, my team, from everyone. So yeah, if you want to get these communications, subscribe to our channel and to our newsletter, basically.
And we're making a point about, we started with this idea of helping people give life to data and documents, and with the technology they know, right? And we're really making it a point to teach people to be more productive, to help people automate things, knowing that they may not have all the ideas, that they may be too busy, they haven't had time to see what other things they can do in their organization, their department. So our idea moving forward, and Steph, is sending emails that are more relevant to helping folks do more with what they have. In the same way that I was saying, that's our innovation now is all around just that.
Totally. So thank you, William, for that super comprehensive explanation. We have now 9 minutes to go over the main questions that people have asked. So hopefully you're both ready, and let's have the first question, please. What are we getting? Let's see. Okay, so Julieta asked us, can I install Sheetgo on my computer and not just in the browser? This is a great question. I don't know who wants to. There you go.
Oh, I'm getting that one. I am a freak for this. And it gets me so frustrated when I see people using our Sheetgo in a browser. It's a progressive web app. It's been a progressive web app for a couple years already. I use it from my iPad. I use it from my iPhone, and I use it from my Mac. And I don't open a browser. It's fast. I don't have to be in different browsers that are super slow. And in fact, I've almost moved out completely on my computer because it's so good in my iPhone and my iPad.
Cool. So just briefly, if you want to install the progressive web app from your Chrome settings, it's as easy as going into your configurations and then save and share and install the progressive web app. So it's 3 clicks and you'll get it right.
Thanks, Julieta, for that question. And we need to do a much better job at letting people know how to do that.
Yeah, cool. Okay, next question. When will I be able to switch to this new interface, and how long the old one will be available for me to switch? Okay, Will, you want to take this one on, or do you want me to answer?
Yes, sure. So this is the rolling deployment we're gonna be releasing today for everyone that was here with us, but also everyone that actually registered for this webinar. We're gonna share with them, and we really would like your hearing, your thoughts, your feedback, and ideas, suggestions, bugs, anything that appears on this new experience. So everyone that is here gonna be able to access within the end of the session, and for the others, gonna be a rolling release for the next couple of weeks. So the idea is that by September, end of September, everyone gonna be enjoying the new Sheetgo experience.
Cool. That's very exciting. So yeah, if you are in the chat, if you are in this live stream, stay for a couple more minutes because we're sending right at the end the link for you to switch. So you'll be literally the first ones to switch if you stay to the end. So can we have the next question, please? Vivek, can I add Google form file in the recruitment workflow to add candidate data? Who wants to take this one? I can take it if you have no answer.
I mean, I have a recruitment workflow which I work with, which we created with Sheetgo and a Sheetgo form. Um, but you can use Google Forms. But yeah, I don't think you can see it in the network view, right?
Yeah,
William?
exactly. Okay, will you go?
Yeah, so that is should go that has no problem working with other tools such as Google Forms, so you can freely use whatever kind of forms technology that you wish. We strongly suggest you migrating to Sheetgo Forms because many reasons. I can send you later, and probably staff gonna
Yeah,
be some coming events where we're gonna teach that why and why we have built literally a competitor on Google Forms, but we actually are not competitors because we add on top of the existing tools that we are used to work with, right?
yeah,
So there is no problem, and you can do freely. And if you are willing to switch, you can just use your existing data set that you input data, and in literally two clicks, you can open a Sheetgo form based on that spreadsheet.
But basically, Sheetgo form will be created by the spreadsheet structure you already have automatically. Boom.
but as we always say, we love other forms. We just created Chigo forms because it was they were specific to what we needed, right? Which is to adapt to your spreadsheet.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the answer. I hope that's enough of an answer. If you have more questions, please feel free to reach out to us on the community or email as well. So next question, please. Let's see, what are we answering? How to merge specific cells from one CSV to another that is already populated and using a format table. How to, I'm not sure, do you get this question, William? Specific cells. So I'm thinking this is a merge with a filter, right?
Yes, definitely. We have two kinds of filtering, actually three kinds. We support querying, where you can do the very narrowed down criteria that you want. We do support filtering of columns and also filtering of rows independently. So pretty sure you can do that with Sheetgo and already populated. Yes, sure. You can append data within an existing file, right? Now using a format table, not sure if I get it, if it's related
A
to
formatted table. Maybe it could be like a Google already formatted table potentially with colors or something.
yeah, yeah, okay, yeah. Now thinking about that, probably. So yeah, definitely, you can do that.
Yeah,
We'll
totally.
be happy to help you out on that.
Hmm. Yeah, also remember that we have the community where you can ask questions and it'll be literally us here. William is very active in the community. If you have any like product ideas or questions, you can add screenshots in there and we can kind of help you pitch how to create whatever it is that you need to create, and also other members from the community. So if you the answer was not enough, feel free to share a screenshot in there and we will answer you that much better maybe.
Yeah, so that's what I figured. The format table is the Veronica from the new sheets. Yeah, I've been using that. I wonder how that will work when it's updated, and I wonder if it's automatic. So that'd be interesting. I actually don't know.
Cool. Yeah. So Veronica just replied. She would like some help. So guys, let's make sure we follow up on her.
For
Sure.
sure,
Let's.
for sure. So we have 1 more minute. So one last question, and then we're gonna stop because, as you know, we are lovers of being on time. But any other questions that you have, we can follow up on other channels. So last question coming up before we share the link. Am I able to use Chico with ChatGPT? I can answer this if no one has an answer. Um,
I can
so
add, but yes.
yeah, so it's not the only place where we have AI is in the integrations page at the moment. But I use GPT a lot because you use a lot of formulas when you're creating workflows and when you're analyzing data. And I'm not the most technical person in the company, but I use ChatGPT to help me kind of be better in this part. So that's how I integrate GPT into my Sheetgo workflows. So I don't know if you guys want to add anything to that.
I'm using ChatGPT with some of these workflows that we have, especially with reports from you guys. And then I have on the background a spreadsheet GPT that helps me consolidate reports and analyze reports when it's updated by Sheetgo. But it is something that I built myself, but we are working on how to make that smoother for our clients.
Totally. So, because we've already been an hour here, we want to share. Can we share the link for everyone who's still here to be able to switch into Sheetgo? Be the first one to do that. So in the chat, you'll be able to see a link, and if you click on it, you'll be switching to new Sheetgo. If it doesn't work, make sure to just refresh, and it'll work. And yeah, welcome. You're the first people to be testing the new Sheetgo. So. Thanks, everyone. Thank you, Yannick and William. I know you're very busy people, and you gave us a full hour of your time. Thank you for being here. And thank you, everyone who joined. We will be for sure getting in contact with more information. We want to teach more. So if you do want to learn about something, reach out to us, ask us, like Veronica did, like, hey, I want to learn how to do this. Help me. And we're here.
And seeing some customers there. Hi, Sabina. And I see a few others. So I hope it's good that you guys like it. Would love some feedback.
Yeah, and we love feedback. So yeah, we're here. We have different channels of communication, email, community, support chat. So actually, Yannick is in the support chat now. So we are here. We're literally available to hear everyone. So please talk to us. And yeah, thank you everyone for
joining.
Thank
you, Steph, for organizing this.
Of course, it was super enjoyable. And yeah, have a great Thursday, everyone. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.